The darkness calls to us. It whispers in the shadows, beckoning us with tales of the unknown. We are drawn to the macabre, the unsettling, the things that go bump in the night. True horror stories tap into our deepest fears. They remind us that the line between our world and the supernatural is thin. The monsters we create often pale in comparison to real-world evils. Why are we so captivated by these tales of terror? Perhaps it's the thrill of experiencing fear in a safe environment. Or maybe it's knowing these events actually happened. Real-life horror stories hold a unique power to frighten and intrigue. The year was 1949. A young boy, hidden behind the pseudonym Ronald Doe, became the subject of a terrifying ordeal. The Doe family, devout Catholics, believed their son to be possessed by a demonic entity.
My behavior was erratic, my voice distorted, my body contorted in unnatural positions.
Priests were called in, their prayers and rituals aimed at driving out the evil that had taken root in young Ronald. The exorcism was a grueling, terrifying affair.
We witnessed furniture moving inexplicably, violent outbursts from the boy, and voices speaking in languages Ronald had never learned.
The events surrounding the exorcism of Ronald Doe sent shockwaves through the nation. The story, documented in a priest's diary, became a horrifying testament to the darkness that can reside within the human soul. It served as a chilling reminder that even in the supposed safety of our homes, evil can lurk, waiting to claim the innocent. In 1974, the sleepy town of Amityville, New York, became synonymous with horror. The DeFeo family home, a seemingly idyllic Dutch colonial, was the scene of a gruesome mass murder.
6 members of the family were found shot to death in their beds. Their killer, Ronald DeFeo Jr., claiming voices in the house had driven him to commit the horrific act.
A year later, the Lutz family moved into the infamous house, unaware of the darkness that lingered within its walls. What followed was a terrifying 28 days of unexplained phenomena, ranging from foul odors and cold spots to disembodied voices and levitating objects. The Lutz family's experience, documented in the book The Amityville Horror, captivated the nation and cemented the house's place in horror legend. The story became a cautionary tale, a reminder that some places carry with them a darkness that can never be erased. The Conjuring universe, a sprawling franchise of horror films, draws inspiration from the real-life cases of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren.
The Warrens, renowned demonologists, dedicated their lives to battling the forces of darkness, amassing a collection of cursed objects and documenting their terrifying encounters with the supernatural.
From the haunted farmhouse in The Conjuring to the demonic doll Annabelle, the films weave elements of the Warrens' most chilling cases into their narratives, blurring the line between reality and fiction. The result is a terrifying tapestry of horror, grounded in the chilling possibility that the events depicted on screen could actually be true. The Conjuring universe's success lies in its ability to tap into our primal fears, reminding us that the things that go bump in the night might be closer than we think. Section 5. The Enfield Poltergeist, a case of unexplained phenomena. In 1977, the Hodgson family, living in a seemingly ordinary house in Enfield, England, became the target of a terrifying haunting. 11-year-old Janet Hodgson, the youngest daughter, was the epicenter of the paranormal activity.
Witnesses reported hearing disembodied voices, furniture moving on its own, and objects flying across the room. Janet herself seemed to be possessed, speaking in a guttural voice, levitating in the air, and exhibiting superhuman strength.
The Enfield Poltergeist case, as it came to be known, attracted worldwide attention, with skeptics and believers clashing over the authenticity of the events. To this day, the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most documented and debated paranormal cases in history, a chilling reminder that some mysteries defy rational explanation. Upon searching his farmhouse, authorities uncovered a gruesome collection of human remains fashioned into furniture, clothing, and masks. Section 6. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a twisted reality. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a film that shocked and horrified audiences upon its release in 1974, is often cited as being based on a true story.
While the film's depiction of a chainsaw-wielding maniac terrorizing a group of teenagers is fictional, the character of Leatherface was inspired by the real-life crimes of Ed Gein. Gein, a Wisconsin farmer, was arrested in 1957 for the murder of 2 women.
Gein's horrific acts, driven by his obsession with his deceased mother and a desire to become a woman himself, shocked the nation and inspired a generation of horror films. While the Texas Chainsaw Massacre takes creative liberties with its narrative, the film's gritty realism and Leatherface's grotesque appearance, clearly inspired by Gein's crimes, contributed to its enduring power to disturb and unnerve audiences. Section 7. The Exorcist, From Book to Terrifying Screen. William Peter Blatty's novel, The Exorcist, published in 1971, sent chills down the spines of readers worldwide. The story of a young girl possessed by a demonic entity based on the real-life exorcism of a 14-year-old boy in 1949, tapped into primal fears of the unknown and the power of evil.
The novel's success was eclipsed by the 1973 film adaptation, which brought the horrors of demonic possession to life with terrifying realism. The film's graphic special effects, coupled with its exploration of faith, doubt, and the nature of evil, made it one of the most successful and controversial horror films of all time.
The Exorcist, both in its literary and cinematic forms, remains a cultural touchstone for horror, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most innocent-seeming individuals. Section 8. The Haunting in Amityville. Fact or fiction? The Amityville horror, despite its notoriety and enduring popularity, has been the subject of much debate and scrutiny.
Skeptics have challenged the Lutz family's claims, pointing to inconsistencies in their accounts and suggesting that the story was fabricated for financial gain.
Despite the controversy, the legend of the Amityville house persists. Whether the events that transpired within its walls were real or imagined, the story has become a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless books, films, and documentaries.
The enduring fascination with the Amityville horror speaks to our desire to believe in the unexplained, to find evidence of the supernatural in a world increasingly defined by rationality and science.
Section 9. The Legacy of the Enfield Case, Skepticism and Belief. The Enfield poltergeist case, like the Amityville horror, has been met with its fair share of skepticism.
Some investigators have suggested that the phenomena were the result of hoaxes perpetrated by the Hodgson children, while others have attributed the events to environmental factors or psychological distress.
Despite the doubts, many paranormal investigators and witnesses maintain that the events in Enfield were genuine, pointing to the sheer volume and consistency of the reported phenomena as evidence of a genuine haunting.
The Enfield poltergeist case, regardless of one's personal beliefs, serves as a reminder that there are still mysteries in the world that defy easy explanation, fueling our fascination with the unknown and the possibility of life beyond the veil.
Section 10. The Enduring Appeal of Real-Life Horror. Real-life horror stories hold a unique power over us. They tap into our deepest fears, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. They remind us that the world is a strange and often unsettling place, where the impossible can become terrifyingly real. These stories, whether based on documented events or whispered rumors, serve as cautionary tales, reminding us that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places. Section 11. Conclusion. The thin veil between reality and nightmare. The line between our world and the supernatural is thin and easily breached. The fears we harbor, the things that go bump in the night, these are reflections of a reality far stranger than we could ever imagine. Real-life horror, makes us question everything we thought we knew about the world. It forces us to confront things that defy rational explanation, challenging our understanding of what it means to be human.